F-15s pretty much the whole time. So this is the F-100-220 engine. There's two of them in the F-15. Does anybody know why the F-15 was made? The F-15 was made because a MiG Foxbat flew over Israel and the F-4 Phantom could not catch it. So Boeing went in and made the F-15. It was designed to be super lightweight. Our first engines, the F-100-100, you could poke a pencil through the case. It was designed to be fast and lightweight. They've beefed up the engines now. Now we have the F-100-220. Basically, it's like going from a carbureted car to a fuel-injected car. Okay. So the F-100-220 has 13 stages of compression. This engine sitting at idle will suck the air out of a 1,600 square foot house in 5 seconds. Dogs, cats, birds, kids, whatever's in the way. Okay? Buddy's gone. Yes, it's not a good thing to get sucked down like that. Poor guy. So basically, what happens is, can somebody tell me about jet engine theory?
Air goes in the front, gets sped up, and goes out the back end.
Okay, that's close.
In the front, compresses it, mixed with fuel, ignited, expands, accelerates.
4 words. Suck, squeeze, bang, blow. Okay. So the air gets sucked in here. Okay. This fan has 3 stages of compression. If you notice the size of this fan, okay, it's going to suck in the air. Then we go to the core. This is where the fan is. Notice how small the core is. There's 10 stages of compression in there. That squeezes the air down. Then it goes into the combustion chamber where there's 2 huge igniter plugs that throw a spark about that big. It lights it with atomized jet fuel. Bang. Okay. Then it goes through 2 sets of turbine wheels, which turns the core and the fan and keeps it running. Now, as long as you keep adding fuel, it will keep running. This engine can get up to 954 degrees centigrade. You could, if you could handle the vibrations and didn't get sucked in the front, you don't want that. You could actually touch this engine without burning yourself. Because the fan is a high bypass fan. It's larger than the main engine and it keeps it cool. It actually blows over the back of the augmenter and flame doesn't even touch the augmenter parts. So what happens with this engine is if we want to go into augmenter, we add about 50% more fuel to it through the rings in the back. Once you dump that fuel in, you have at least 6 augmenter rings behind you. Nobody is allowed to go out in the hush house when you're an augmenter or military. You don't want that engine to suck anything in or anybody to get hurt. You guys probably saw that video where the guy got sucked in that Navy aircraft. The only thing that saved him was part of his helmet went and shut the engine down. He got caught on a pitot tube in there. Otherwise, and he was probably pretty deaf after that. So we have to keep 25 feet away from the front of these, 25 feet from the back. We at the engine shop build these engines. We take them down. We have 5 modules. We have the fan, which is this, the core, the high pressure turbine, which is on the back side, the low pressure turbine, the augmenter, and the gearbox. That's actually 6. I don't know how to count. Sorry. Okay. Now, these items run on cycles. A cycle is from idle to max. They run on 4,000 cycles. So when the more you do this, the more you take the time off the module. So if we got an engine coming in for a fan that ran out of time, we would go through, look at the rest of the engine, say what do we need to fix while it's in here? Because we don't want to send it out and have it come back in again. Every person here, every 7 level, we don't care who they are, gets looked after they do their look on this thing. This engine gets done. Then there's another person that looks at it. There's another person that looks at it. There's another person that looks at it. There's over 1,500 parts and pieces hanging off the bottom of that. Last time I remember, I could not memorize 1,500 clamps and parts. As you know, everything changes. That's a constant. Everything changes. So that's what we have people look at these for, because we won't want any bolts or nuts going in this thing. It's a $2 million engine. We're trying to keep it out there. We're trying to save money, and we don't. And the pilots really don't have a place to pull over on a cloud. There's no real good landing strips out there. We want them to come back safe. Okay, do you have any questions?
So the different people have different areas of specialties on their own.
There is, what we have is on a computer, and we click in an area.